Hello friends and welcome to Intronaut channel. This is the place here on YouTube where we do weekly tarot reading, and today will be no different. For me it is always kind of, exciting to peek into the energies of the future. So I invite you to join me on the reading for the second week of December. And of course, every time before the reading, we interconnect. So it means that we kind of, get aware of the space that we call inner space, so allowing the life force, to be more recognizable to us. So, of course, this is the moment where you can pick an instrument or sing a song or listen to the sound, or maybe listen um, to my experimentations. So, you are all welcome. So, let's do the reading now. These are my cards. Um, so, the first card that comes out of the deck usually represents the energies that will support us in the beginning of the week. And the card that is, pointing to these energies is the Page of Wands. This is a very nice energy, it's a very nice support for the beginning of the week. So to get a better clue about it, maybe just look at the picture. We can see, a young man standing and holding his wand with both hands. And we can see the pyramids, the three pyramids. And we can see that this young gentleman is not going to the pyramids and he's not coming from the pyramids, but he's standing very next to them. So he's standing in the act of bringing an important message to us. He's very down to earth person. He really, gets life, and but he's, bringing the message from the higher realms to us. So he's delivering message to the, I would say, higher nature. So he is communicating, and our higher nature is paying attention. So about this person, maybe uh, it is said that he is unknown but faithful, you know, and that he's a lover. So for maybe for the ladies, in the beginning of the week, maybe unknown but faithful lover will pay you a visit. But for the rest of us, the energies of the lover will kind of awaken in us, and that will give us an opportunity, to become more involved with the higher nature, to recognize it through the words, and we can recognize the feeling that will kind of overwhelm us, because this is the person that kind of represents that he's like an a friend of the house, a friend of the family, so he's this person that is kind of impersonating benevolence, you know so this is kind of a kind of feeling that will overwhelm us when the higher nature will kind of work with us, through us, or if we by any chance meet somebody that will kind of speak to our higher nature. So an important message is coming in the beginning of the week, very nice support. So yes, this is the first card. Yes, and um, this is the energies that can really take us higher, you know. And so what needs to happen for us to get higher and stay there is the second card that will kind of point to that and will point to the energies that will support us in the middle of the week. So, of course, if we want to, you know, to reach higher level of energies, we need to get light, you know, to be light. That means to feel light. And you know what the lover is maybe bringing this week is the opportunity to, you know, clear away the heaviness, you know, the heavy stuff that is enabling us to, you know, reach higher level of energies. So the Ten of Wands is the support for the middle of the week. And of course, this card immediately suggests that a little of disharmony will happen, and we can maybe experience some difficulties in a sense of contradictions, maybe. So, the middle of the week will be for us a wonderful opportunity to maybe, you know, realize or accept if there is a chance that we may be hiding, you know, behind our troubles, behind our problems. So, you know, what these cards suggest is that there are at least two solutions, you know, to these kind of situations. The first one, that is usually the most obvious one and is, you know, coming from the unconscious and is suggesting unconscious behavior, is that sometimes when some new such situation arises in our lives, you know, that gives a bit of change to our perspective of order about time and space. So, you know, it kind of, you know, take us a bit out of that. We find ourselves in not very safe place, so we call this new situation maybe trouble, problems. So to, you know, approach these problems is one thing is to, you know, try to get rid of this, because we don't we are not able to accept the situation. We are not able to see the situation as, you know, as helping us to develop, to move on. So we, you know, give ourselves this burden, you know, this burden. And the more we resist the situation, the heavier the burden, you know, becomes. So at one point we are not really, you know, really sure if we can handle the burden. So we definitely want to get rid of it. And what we do is maybe, you know, call friends or go visit family and, you know, share the burden with others. And of course, for a moment, that can bring some release, energetically speaking, but it doesn't, you know, clear the burden. So it will return in a heavier form, you know, different form, heavier. But what is here important is that what happens to other people, that, you know, we share this burden with them. So we, of course, you know, put this burden on them so they cannot reach, you know, higher level of energy. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the people, that are not recognizing that the burden is being spread, they are kind of free willingly, taking the burden on themselves. So that's the problem. Um, so middle of the week will be a very nice opportunity for all of us to have the second approach that is suggested here, and that is to become conscious of what are our reactions to the situations that arises out of us, in the outer world. So in the minute that we become conscious of what's going on in our mind, in our body, that second, the burden is being transformed into solutions. And there is no spreading burden, no hurting other people. So this is what the suggestion for the middle of the week is. Stay in awareness that the energies will support, difficulties and contradictions, but you are here, um, to um, to recognize your reactions to these energies because they are trying to teach you something. So, some work will be needed in the middle of the week, but of course, this is, um, always a good thing to get rid of heavy, stagnated stuff. And of course, the third card that will kind of show where our hard work will lead us, and of course, the energies that will support us in the middle of the week. And of course, this is a really nice, let's say, a conclusion to this week's story. It's the King of Pentacles. So this is a wonderful card because the King of Pentacles is a master, and he is in this position of power because of his absolute control. So there is a really great deal of control. He's able to control his emotions, and he's really much able, to control his material wealth, and because that's what masters do. you know he's really relying on his intelligence. So as we can see, the wealth and the fullness is something that he's really enjoying, and um, he's not apart from it, he's not apart from it. He is it. So, the fullness and the wealth, he's not looking for it, but he's actually kind of making it, you know. So this is a really nice energies for the end of the week, because we will gain some self-control and power and courage that goes with that. So we will be able, to maybe make some realizations, make some realizations about things that we wanted to realize. So the end of the week is a promising us an intellectual push, to finish maybe stuff or do stuff that we would like to finish or that we would like to do. So very nice energies are supporting us this week, and hard work always brings best results. So this is kind of, mantra for this week. And of course, this is all for, for love. And um, we should really enjoy this week and, you know, well, a lover will kind of point, to stuff that needs to be clear so we can, enjoy life and the richness of life more fully. So that's a wonderful message for this week. And of course, this is a general reading. If you would like to have a personal one, give me, email, write an email to me. Also, I can provide a psychic advice for you, or if you would like to have a Celtic cross reading. So you can write a comment underneath this video, or maybe ask a question that I will be really glad to answer. So, well, I guess this is it. This is a very nice energy, so everybody will enjoy. Um, so this is a point where I say I'm looking forward to hear from you, and I'm looking forward to see you. Goodbye.